It's come to the point in time where we need to talk about restocks. What are you supposed to do when you sell out? What happens when customers are requesting more of an item that you're really not sure if you can get? Stay tuned. I'm gonna give you all of my tips and tricks around how to handle restocks because it can be annoying. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emily Benson. I'm a business consultant and mindset coach for boutique owners. I'm so glad that you're back here. This is a hot topic among so many of my clients. If we haven't really met, let me just tell you, I've worked in corporate retail. I've had my own boutique business, which was mobile and a brick and mortar. And now I help boutique owners start, grow, and scale their business. So if you are here and you're wanting to make $500 a month or $500,000 a month, I am ready to help you and show you the way because those are the people that I help and those are the real numbers that we grow people to. So I'm glad that you're here because this is a really important topic, and most often I see it come up when people are right between starting and growing, and then they're right when they're growing to scaling. There's this sort of like, okay, I bought one pack. When do I buy 2 packs? Or I've been buying 2 to 3 packs, sometimes 5 packs, maybe an 8-pack here. When do I really start to up what I'm doing? And how do I manage restocking items versus bringing in new items? This is an important topic, especially because I think a lot of times customers really drive you to do silly things because you want to keep them happy. Like one of the things as a boutique owner, like we are customer centric. So much of what we do is driven from a place of wanting to have great customer service. And while I completely agree, you also have to take a step back and make really solid business decisions because one bad restock or one order that's too much can really hurt the bottom line of your business and set you back a little bit. So let's get into these tips. First of all, let's talk about why you'd want to restock an item. So generally what I see happen is a boutique owner will come to me and they'll say, Emily, I sold out so fast, or I sold out of this item. My question to them is, what was the momentum behind how you sold out? So was it quick? Did it happen fast? Like, what are the time constraints on that, okay? If something sold out in 2 hours, I think one of two things. One, I think, wow, you didn't buy enough of that item. Like, you clearly had way more demand. Or I think two, what was the price? Was it too cheap? Is there room for you to go higher? Sometimes I think people sell out really quick because they just didn't price it high enough. There's this really beautiful middle ground, this like, don't want to be too expensive or like, sort of overpriced for the item, but you also don't want to be such a value that you just sell out really quick, and there's a happy medium. Okay? To be very honest with you, the tips and tricks I give you here are guidance only. If we dug into your business and I looked at your numbers and I looked at your reports, I would be able to tell you exactly what to rebuy, exactly how much to rebuy, and when to rebuy it. That's a big thing. A lot of what we do in boutique land is very much our instinct, very much our gut reaction. However, what I will tell you is there's a huge data-driven side to everything that we do, and you have to match the two. You can't just run your business completely off gut, and you can't just run your business completely off data. There's a beautiful marriage between the both. And so what I'm talking about here is really thinking hard about that. Thinking about the data. Did I charge too little for that? Like, could it have been $5 more? I'm not talking like $50. I'm saying, could it have been $3 to $5 more? It would have sold out in 4 hours and not 2 hours. And guess what? I would have made more money. Okay, that's something that you really have to think about, that I think it's just not a cut and dry answer of should I restock or should I not. These are the things I really want you to think about. So how quickly did it sell out? What was it priced? And what was so great about it? Like, we have to really dig in and figure out, why did this thing sell so well? What really worked about it is what the learning is around it. And that's where we can take that and use it to make better business decisions going forward. Let's talk about your reaction as something sells. So if it's selling out really quickly and you can call the vendor immediately and get more, do it immediately. Don't turn it off. Have that vendor confirm they have the items, ask them when it's gonna ship, and then do not let your item sell out. Readjust the inventory in your purchase system, your POS system, and allow people to continue to buy it and let them know that the ship date might be 3 days later. There might be a bit of delayed shipping. You can put that in your product description, okay? But you don't want to lose the momentum. The minute you turn the item off and it says zero inventory, sold out, out of stock, you've officially lost momentum. So the quicker and the more urgent and more serious you can take how quickly you're selling out, the better off you're gonna be in the long run, because there is sort of like a FOMO factor to this where it's like, oh, everyone's buying it, I wanna buy it too. That disappears after a certain amount of time. So let's say it took you an hour to sell out of something, you didn't reorder it, you sat around and thought, maybe, I don't know, should I? And then you say to people, well, okay, yep, this is back in stock, we're gonna get it in a week. I'll put it back for sale in a week when I get it. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna get as many sales when you bring it back in a week. Guarantee it, happens all the time. If you have something like a Restock app or a Restock notification on your POS system or a wait list, the most important thing to do if you are getting things in, and you know you are, is to get the payment for it. Secure that payment now, go order the stuff, have it come in and ship it out immediately. You don't want to wait long. So I have a client who sells out of a lot of things on a Friday, and she's immediately on the phone calling her vendors. She's directing her customers to sign up for the Restock notification on her app. And based on those Restock notifications, if she has 100 people that are signed up, what she'll do then is base her buy on that. So you never buy to the Restock app notification. Like if you have 100 people, guess what? Like 10 people are gonna buy most likely. And that's still a lot. It's not a straight science. I can't be like, well, everyone only gets 10 purchases. You might have 100 people on your Restock notification, but 50 people buy. Awesome, I love that, but I don't want you to overestimate. We've had situations with a client where she has 500 people on a wait list. That's 100% somewhere where I would say, you know what, order 75 to 100 more units, because not only does that mean that you have people on a wait list, but generally this is a really good item. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and allow the people that may have missed it the first time come back in on it. It's a very fine line, and it's so hard for me to just talk on YouTube about this, but I want to give you a lot of things to think about so you at least can start to walk through the steps of what would I do, how am I thinking about it currently, and how can I shift into a place where I'm really thinking about sales first and really thinking about how am I going to continue to drive sales, not how am I going to keep my customers happy. I mean, of course that's important, but really the data shows that most likely if you drop an item off, you come back in a week or two with it, you're not going to sell it. So in that situation, let's talk about that. So let me ask you a question, and I want to see your comments down below, but have you had this situation happen where you're just chasing a restock, or you've restocked something and no one's bought it? Like, tell me what's up with that. Tell me how you're thinking about it. I want to start a conversation down in the comments. If you're loving this video, I would also humbly ask you to smash that like button, hit subscribe. I come out with new videos every single Tuesday, and they are this high quality every time. So I'm sure you're not gonna wanna miss it. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. What that's gonna do is it's gonna send you an email when I come out with a new video, so you can be the first to watch it. You'll stay up to date on what I'm doing. Easy peasy. Okay, let's talk about something where it's like, it's a good item, but it didn't sell out super fast. It didn't sell out in like 2 minutes. It sold out in, let's say, 5 days, 4 days, 6 days, depending on your traffic, depending on events, depending on when your store's open, things like that, when you did a Facebook Live. All of this stuff goes into account when we're talking about how well it sold out, is the time frame. So if you have something that's doing really well, you don't have to order that exact item again. What you actually want to do is think, wow, this style really popped. People really loved it. How can I bring in what I call a sister or a cousin item? So what is a sister or a cousin item? Think about it like your family. Let's say you're the bestseller. That's fun. Now, I have a sister who looks very similar to me. She sounds similar to me. I think she could kind of be me on the phone, but she's much shorter than I am. Her coloring is different than me. But again, we look similar. So this is the idea of a sister or cousin, is that they look a lot like the bestseller, but some of the other features are different. So if you think about this tie-dye sweatshirt sold really well, maybe I'm gonna bring it in a different color. Maybe I wanna bring it in black or pink, or I don't know, some other color. Or maybe it's just tie-dye. Maybe my people love tie-dye, so I'm gonna bring in a pant that matches the top. Or I'm gonna bring in a t-shirt that's this exact same print, but it's a t-shirt instead of a long sleeve sweatshirt, okay? That's a sister or a cousin. It's sort of variants on the theme. So that's where you can take a bestseller and you can exploit it. You can make so much more money off of it because you're reacting to what worked, and then you're doubling down and finding other ways to sell things that are similar to it. But this is the important part, okay? The customer who bought the first item, that bestseller, they'll come back and buy the sister and the cousin and the aunt and the uncle and all the things. They want all that stuff. That's their style. To try to go and sell them more of the first bestseller, you need a new audience. But you don't need a new audience when you come back with something similar that you know already worked. And that is the beauty of how to restock and how to really grow your boutique business. I'll see you next week for more in Boutique Land. Here's to making lots of friends and making lots of money.